Hey, what's up, people? Today I'm coming at you with a topic that's sure to ruffle some feathers. We will talk about reasons why Sigma males might not have many friends. Now I know, being a Sigma is like being the lone wolf of the animal kingdom. But hey, even the coolest cats need a squad to roll with. So let's dive into it right away, shall we? Number 8. I don't need anybody mantra. We've all been there, right? You think you're some sort of self-sufficient, badass Sigma who can handle everything on your own. But let me tell you folks, that's a load of BS. Nobody, and I mean nobody, can go through life without needing someone to lean on at some point. Think about it. When you're going through a tough time, don't you want someone to talk to? When you're celebrating a big win, don't you want someone to share the joy with? When you're lost in a new city, don't you want someone to show you the way? These are all moments when having a friend can make all the difference in the world. So if you find yourself repeating the "I don't need anybody," take a step back and think about why you're saying it. Are you afraid of getting hurt? Do you think you're better off alone? Whatever it is, know that it's okay to need someone else sometimes. It doesn't make you weak, it makes you human. Number 7. I'm too busy. Excuse. Look, I get it, life is busy. We all have work, family, hobbies, and the occasional Netflix binge to attend to. But let me ask you this. Do you really not have time to socialize? Or are you just using it as a convenient excuse to avoid human interaction? Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you have to go out and party every night. But think about it. How much time do you spend scrolling through social media? What if you took even a fraction of that time and used it to hang out with a friend or two? Now I know what you're thinking. I have so much work to do. Well, guess what? Studies show that taking a break and socializing with friends can actually increase productivity and reduce stress. So maybe it's time to put down the laptop and pick up the phone to call a friend. Number 6. I'm always right attitude. Oh boy, this one hits close to home. We all know that one guy who thinks he knows everything. He's like the human equivalent of Wikipedia, except without the sources to back it up. And let's be real, nobody likes that guy. If you're constantly interrupting people with your "well, actually" remarks, then you're likely missing out on some epic conversations. Here's the thing. Being wrong is not the end of the world. In fact, it can be pretty damn liberating. It means that you're open to learning new things and expanding your knowledge. And who knows, you might even make some new friends by admitting that you don't have all the answers. So the next time you feel the urge to one-up someone with your superior intellect, take a step back and listen. You might just learn something. But wait, there's more. Did you know that being right all the time can actually be bad for your mental health? Yep, you heard that right. Constantly needing to prove your intelligence can lead to anxiety, stress, and even depression. So not only are you annoying people with your constant need to be right, but you're also harming yourself in the process. It's time to let go of that ego and embrace the unknown. Who knows, it might just be the best decision you ever make. Number 5. I'm too intense factor. Look, I get it. Being a Sigma means you're a force to be reckoned with. But sometimes that intensity can be a little overwhelming for people. You know, like trying to take a sip of water from a fire hose. So if you're constantly leaving people in awe of your raw power, it might be time to learn how to tone it down a bit. Now don't get me wrong, being intense isn't always a bad thing. In fact, it can be a huge asset in certain situations. But when you're constantly turning every conversation into a heated debate, or always trying to one-up your friends, it can come off as a bit aggressive. So try to read the room and adjust your intensity accordingly. Save your full throttle all-out intensity for when it's really needed. But let's be real, being a Sigma is all about being true to yourself. So if toning down your intensity means sacrificing a part of who you are, maybe it's not worth it. Instead, try to find people who appreciate your intensity and are able to handle it. They're out there, trust me. Number 4. I don't do small talk philosophy. Small talk can be excruciatingly boring. But you know what's worse? Sitting in silence with someone because you don't know how to start a conversation. Small talk is like the warm-up before a workout. It might not feel like much, but it gets the blood flowing. Plus, it's the perfect opportunity to find common ground with someone. You might discover that you both love surfing or hate cilantro. Seriously, who likes that stuff? Before you know it, you're having a deep and meaningful conversation about the meaning of life. So, don't dismiss small talk as meaningless chit-chat. Embrace it, and let it lead you to more substantial conversations. But if you're struggling with small talk, don't worry, you're not alone. It's a skill that takes practice, like playing guitar or jujitsu. Start by asking open-ended questions that require more than a one-word answer. What do you do for fun? What's your favorite place to travel? Do you prefer cats or dogs? Hint, the answer is always cats. And if you're still struggling, try using the Ford method. Ask about their family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. It's an easy way to keep the conversation flowing and find common ground. Number 3, I'm too independent mindset. Now, being independent is a good thing, right? But sometimes it can turn into this weird ego trip where you think you're too cool for school and you don't need anybody's help. It's like, oh, sorry, I can't hang out tonight. I'm too busy living my best life without any pesky human interaction. Don't get me wrong, I respect the hustle, but sometimes you gotta let someone else into your world. Here's the thing, folks. No man is an island. We all need a little help from our friends sometimes. Sure, you might be able to handle everything on your own, but why would you want to? Isn't life more fun when you have people to share it with? Someone to go on adventures with? Someone to vent to when shit hits the fan? Someone to high-five when you accomplish something badass? It's like that old saying, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So don't be afraid to let your guard down and let someone else in. It might just change your life for the better. Number 2, I'm too selective approach. Having standards is important, but are you being too picky when it comes to making friends? Being too selective can be a double-edged sword. Sure, you might be able to weed out the people who don't meet your standards, but you might also be missing out on some pretty awesome connections. Think about it. If you only surround yourself with people who are exactly like you, how are you ever going to grow or learn anything new? It's like eating the same damn sandwich every day for lunch. Yeah, it's safe and familiar, but it's also boring as hell. So maybe it's time to loosen up your standards a bit and let some new and exciting people into your life. Who knows, you might just find your new favorite sandwich. Of course, I'm not saying you should be friends with everyone under the sun. That's just crazy talk. But maybe, just maybe, there's a middle ground between being too selective and being a social butterfly. Maybe it's about being open to new experiences and people, while still maintaining your badass Sigma status. Number 1, I'm not a team player. Mentality. Alright, so let's talk about why some Sigma males might have trouble playing well with others. Look, I get it. You're a fierce, independent soul who marches to the beat of your own drum. But sometimes you gotta put down the drumsticks and join the band. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing, guys. Teamwork makes the dream work. And I'm not just talking about sports or work settings. Even in your personal life, having a solid crew to back you up can be a game changer. Think about it. Who's gonna have your back when the chips are down? The dude you snubbed at the office party because you were too cool for small talk? Or the guy you played beer pong with until 3 a.m. and bonded over your shared love of 80s heavy metal? Exactly. Being a team player doesn't mean sacrificing your individuality or conforming to societal norms. It just means being open to collaboration and recognizing that sometimes 2 heads are better than 1. So the next time someone suggests a group activity, give it a shot. You might be surprised at how much fun you have and how much stronger your bonds become. And there you have it, folks. 13 reasons why Sigma males might have trouble making friends. As always, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And until next time,